Hello students, today we are going to discuss about force between two long current carrying parallel conductors. Before going to the topic, I am going to recap two important rules which we have already discussed. Now we are going to use in this question. So first rule, how to use the right and thumb rule to find the direction of the magnetic field for a straight current carrying conductor. Okay, here you see one straight current carrying conductor which is carrying the current in the upward direction. So for this, how to find the magnetic field right side as well as left side. So you just imagine you are holding the straight current carrying conductor in your right hand. Okay, so my thumb pointing direction of the current, the curling finger will point the direction of the magnetic field. So since the current is going upward now, so here the magnetic field direction will be anti-clockwise direction. And the right side, how the magnetic field directions are. So as I told you, you just keep the thumb along the direction of the current, and where you need to find the magnetic field, there your finger should point. So I am going to find the right side. So here you see, my fingers are pointing into the board. So here the direction of the magnetic field is inward. So inward magnetic field is denoted by cross lines. Okay, right side. So here how the direction of magnetic field is. So where I want to find the magnetic field, as I told you, my finger should point the face. So that means I am going behind the wire. That means my thumb should always point the direction of the current. At the same time, where you need to find the direction of the magnetic field, the finger should point. So that means here the direction of the magnetic field will be outward. So outward magnetic field is given by dot line. And one more thing, for the straight current carrying conductor, the magnetic field formula distance will be given by, for infinite conductor, mu naught I by 2 pi a. Got it? And then second rule, when the current carrying conductor placed in the magnetic field, it will experience the force. When it will experience the force, when it is placed perpendicularly. So for that we are going to use Fleming left hand rule. Okay, how to use the Fleming left hand rule? When you touch the forefinger and the middle finger of thumb finger of left hand mutually perpendicular direction, if the forefinger point the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger will point the direction of the current, then only the thumb will point the direction of the force. Okay, so for that we are going to use the formula F vector equal to IA vector cross D vector. So when you write in magnitude format, it will be ILB sin theta. So when the conductor will feel maximum force, when the current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field perpendicularly theta equal to 90 degree. Direction of the current carrying conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic field, means it will experience maximum force. If you keep the conductor along the direction of the magnetic field, the force will be minimum, that means 0. Okay, so two important rules we are going to use in the force between two long parallel conductors. Okay, so first one, how to use the right and thumb rule, and then how to use the Fleming left hand rule I told you. Now we will go into the question. So first thing, you just consider there are two infinite length parallel conductors carrying a current I1 and I2. They are separated by a small distance d. Got it? So the conductor I1 is A. The second conductor carrying current I2 will be named as B. Because of the first conductor, what is the direction of the magnetic field? The right side, sir. So as I told you, you just use the right hand thumb rule. So when you are using the right hand thumb, right side, my fingers are pointing into the board. So that means the direction of the magnetic field is inward with respect to the current in the first conductor. So that only I am denoting B1. Okay, likewise, the current in the conductor B, which is also going upward. Further, what is the magnetic field? Left side, sir. So if you use the right hand thumb, I want to find the magnetic field here, left side. D we will find out. So as I told you, what is the magnetic field here? Mu naught I1 by 2 pi D. Because this current, because of the first conductor, what is the magnetic field we are writing? Likewise for the second conductor, B2 equal to mu naught I2 by 2 pi D. Because of this, what is the magnetic field here we found out. Now it is very easy to find the force direction. Okay, so first thing, so with the help of left hand rule also we can find the direction of force, and also with the help of mathematical, very basic mathematics we are going to use. With the help of that also we are going to find the direction of the force. So first thing, you just assume x, y, z coordinates. X means I cap, y means j cap, z direction means k cap. All are positive. Anything opposite to that negative x axis na minus I cap. Negative y axis means minus j cap. Minus z axis means into the board no. So that means we will be considered as minus k cap. Got it? Okay, sir. Now how we are going to find the direction of the force on a current carrying conductor B? Because current carrying conductor B is placed in the magnetic field of B1, which is given by first conductor. Okay, so here how the direction of the current is going? Upward. So here you see my middle finger point in the direction of the current. My forefinger point in the magnetic field. So that is inward magnetic field only this conductor is placed. So where my thumb is pointing? Towards left side. So conductor B will move towards left side. Okay, so what is the force? Mathematically I told you know how to prove. Just you write. So conductor B. So I L vector. So what is the current in the conductor? I2, which is placed in the magnetic field of B1. Okay, so I2 L, which direction current is going? Along y axis. That means j cap plus B1 into the board. No, so into the board means minus k cap, negative z axis. So that minus k cap. So now I2 L B1 minus I cap. Why sir? J plus k I cap. Since minus is there, so we are writing minus. Minus indicates that FB is moving towards left. So moving towards left. Now we can substitute the formulas B1 in the place. We can substitute mu naught I1 by 2 pi D. So you will be getting mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi D. So the direction of the force is towards left. Okay, so it is moving towards left. Now similarly we are going to find the direction of force acting on the conductor A, which is placed in the magnetic field B2, which is provided by second conductor. Okay, now we shall find here what is the force acting on the conductor A. What is the current to the conductor A? I1. So length L we will assume. Which direction the current is going? Upward direction. So that is j cap cross magnetic field which is pointing outward. No? So outward means plus k cap plus k cap. Now k cap j plus k, what is the value? I cap. So that means the direction of force will be towards right side. Okay, we will prove with the help of left hand rule how we are going to use here. So as I told you, current is going upward, but the magnetic field you see, because of this conductor, here the magnetic field is acting upward, no, outward direction. So that we have to keep the forefinger out of the board. So here you see my thumb is pointing towards right side. Okay, so this conductor will move towards B. So both are moving towards each other. That means they are attracting. So from this we are learning when the direction of the current is same, the parallel conductors they will attract each other. If the direction of the current is opposite, they will repel each other. Okay, now FA is equal to B2. If you substitute, will be getting mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi A. This is J cross K plus I cap. Plus I cap means towards right side, towards positive axis. This is towards negative axis. That means they are attracting each other. So both the magnitudes are same, but direction are opposite. So I am going to consider only the magnitude of the force. So mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi A. So here the direction. So here I have asked the distance D. So here also we have to correct 2 pi D. Got it? So the force is same for both the conductors, but the thing is they are attracting each other, so that the direction are opposite to each other. Got it? So now F equal to, for the convenience to solve the numerical, I am going to rewrite it 2 I1 I2 L by 2 pi D. Okay, this will be helpful for us. For example, here when you are multiplying the 2, here we should write 4 pi D. Sometime in the examination they will ask what is the force per unit length. So that case we will be rewriting F by L equal to mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi D. So force acting per unit length. So what is the value, sir? So mu naught by 4 pi value is 10 power minus 7 2. If the two long parallel conductors carrying same current 1 ampere each means 1 into 1 divided by distance separation. Distance of separation, if it is 1 meter, they would experience the force 2 into 10 power minus Newton per meter. This is nothing but value of yes. So this is nothing but 1 ampere value. When the two long, infinite long straight carrying conductor kept at a distance 1 meter, if they are carrying equal current 1 ampere each, they would experience the attractive force of 2 into 10 power minus Newton per meter. So based on this, now we shall see some of the example numericals. Okay, here so just to consider there are 3 parallel conductors carrying, each are carrying 2 ampere, 2 ampere, 2 ampere. Okay, now they are separated by a distance 1 meter, 1 meter. Okay, you just name this A, B, C. What is the force acting B? What is the force acting on B? We need to find out. So how to find, sir? First thing, we have to find the direction of the magnetic field on B by A and C. Okay, now first we will check it whether the force will be acting right side or left side. With respect to A, here the direction of the magnetic field is inward. So that means the cross line. So magnetic field of A is inward. So that I am making cross lines. And here you see conductor C carrying a current downward direction. No. So here also the direction of the magnetic field is inward. So in the inward magnetic field, conductor B is placed. How the force will be? We will check it. Okay, now the current in the conductor B is moving upward. Okay, the magnetic field is inward. That thumb is pointing towards left side. So that means the net force will be acting towards left. So both the case, the conductor B experiencing the force towards left side. So by seeing the option, we can choose what is the. So we can enter any of the two options. For example, they will give the examination either towards left or right. So here we will be moving towards left or towards A. You can write. Okay, sir. How to find the force magnitude? We will see. So now, as I told you, both are separated by same distance. We will experience the same force. Okay, since both are acting same direction, we can add them directly. So force acting on B is equal to force given by A plus mu naught 2 I1 I2 L by 2 pi d. Okay, now they are asking force acting per unit length of the conductor only they are asking. So how to find, sir? So as I told you, mu naught by 4 pi. Okay, mu naught by 4 pi value we can write 10 power minus 7 and 2 into I1 value 2 ampere, I2 value also 2 ampere, and the force per unit length only we are asked to find. Okay, so force per unit length of the conductor only we are going to find. So that means denominator d distance is 1 meter. Okay, so here what we will get? 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 8. So 8 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. Got it? So now both forces are equal, they are acting same direction. So the value will be 8 plus 8, 16 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter towards A. The conductor will move. Okay, the net force will be acting towards A. Okay, one more example we shall discuss. Okay, so if there is a square loop placed near to the straight current carrying conductor, how to find the force, sir? We will check it now. Okay, so before going into that, I am going to explain one of the basic things. With the help of that, we can easily solve this numerical. So first thing, so this is some creative question just to listen. So here the straight wire carrying a current I1 and the conductor which is placed perpendicular to the first one, no, that carrying a current I2. How to find the force between them? So like this they are given, it is very easy for us. Why I am explaining this one? Here it is very easy to find the force. How, sir? These two parts are, the starting and ending points are lies at the same distance, opposite direction, so that the force will be 0. But we need to find out only these two. Because of this, what is the force we are going to find out. At the same time, this portion alone will experience the maximum force because since it is very close to the current carrying conductor. But sometime there is a possibility to ask what is the force experienced by the element of AB alone if they are asking. Further how to find. Okay, further only I am going to explain this one. So here you see the conductor of length L which is kept at a distance A. Okay, so this end is at a distance A from the straight current carrying wire. So how we are going to find, sir? So for that I am going to assume one small portion, okay, whose length is dx, which is at a distance x from the wire. Okay, I told you df equal to, what is the formula? Mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi. What is the distance? X. For which length we are going to find out? Only the dx. By integrating dx, we will be getting the force for the entire length of the rod. Entire length of the rod we can find out. Okay, now we have to integrate this one. So if I integrate, here we will be getting, so just df you put integration. So limit a to a plus l, because this end is at a distance a, this end is at a distance a plus l. So a to a plus l mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi x dx. So these are all constant. Mu naught by 4 pi and 2 I1 I2 all are constant. So constant terms you can take it outside. So mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi. Okay, so 1 by x integration is what? Ln x. So 1 by x integration is ln x. We are going to substitute the limit a to a plus l. So first we have to substitute the upper limit. So when you are substituting the upper limit, mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi log a plus l minus log a, that we can write log a minus b formula is log a by b. So you can write log a plus l by a. Okay, so based on this, one simple question I will give you. So here itself I will give you. If the length of the conductor is equal to a, if they are given the length of the conductor is equal to a, which is placed one of the edges at a distance a, like this already there is one question asked in the entrance examination. So based on that, if the conductor L is equal to a, how to find sir? So we can use the same formula, mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi a plus a, 2a by a, you will be getting log 2. Got it or not? So this is the answer. So why I am explaining this one is, in the exam there is a possibility to ask one of the part alone. Got it or not? Okay, now for the square loop, I told you how we are going to find the force. So the loop is at a distance a. Each side the distance is d. Since it is a square root, the sides will be equal. Okay, now how to find sir? As I told you, the part which is very closer, it will experience the maximum force, and these two will be cancel each other. The reason is opposite direction. Here also we will find the reason why sir. Because of straight current carrying conductor, here the magnetic field will be inward. Okay, so in the inward magnetic field only this loop is placed. So first we will use this one. So inward magnetic field, no, the path AB will experience the force upward, FAB. So likewise here you see magnetic field is inward. So magnetic field is inward, and the conductor C is moving towards left. Where my thumb is pointing downward direction. So both are equal amount of force, but acting in opposite direction, so they will cancel each other. Only these things. So here also we can find where the net magnetic field will be. So here this is going upward, no? Here the magnetic field is inward, so this part will be moving towards left. So FAD will be moving towards left. Okay, towards the conductor. And FBC, it is going downward. Here my thumb is pointing right side, no? So that FAB and FBC both are acting opposite direction. So we need to subtract them. So that only net magnetic field. Okay. So when you are substituting the values, so this only dominating. How sir you have taken this is positive sign, this is negative sign? The reason is they are acting opposite direction, so that minus. And also why I have given this is greater magnitude means this is very close to the current carrying conductor, so that it will experience the maximum force compared to the second one. Got it? So now mu naught 2 I1 I2 by 4 pi per unit length only, no? So F by D, or here also you can write D. So the length of the conductor, there we have assumed L, here we have assumed D. Okay, into this part is at a distance 1 by A. This part is at a distance 1 by A plus B. If we simplify this formula, cross multiplication, if we simplify, we will be getting mu naught 2 I1 I2 D divided by 4 pi A plus D minus A divided by A into A plus D. Got it? So this minus A and plus A gets cancelled. Here D is there, no? So we will be getting F equal to mu naught 2 I1 I2 D square by 4 pi A into A plus D. Got it? So this formula only we are going to use in this case. You can use this formula also. When we can use sir? any mistake. But in this formula, for a square alone, this is possible. Okay, now I am going to explain one simple question. For example, here itself, I1 2 ampere you are saying, I2 1 ampere. Okay, now which is at a distance 10 centimeter. And the square each side 20 centimeter. Okay, how to find sir by using this formula? So directly, as I told you already, by using left hand rule, this part is moving towards the wire. If it is opposite direction, it will move away from. Okay, now mu naught by 4 pi value 10 power minus 7. The reason is, as I already told you, mu naught in the place 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 constant. 4 pi cancel. Will be written 10 power minus 7. Okay, 2 into I1 in the place 2 ampere, I2 in the place 1 ampere, and d square, d value. So 20, no? So 20 you can write 2 into 10 power minus 1 whole square divided by 4. So 4 pi already we have simplified. A in the place, A is distance. 10 centimeter we can write like 10 power minus 1 into A plus D. So 10 plus 20, 30 centimeter we can write 3 into 10 power minus 1. So you should simplify this one. 10 power minus 7 into 2 into 2, 4. So 2 square, so 4 we will be getting 10 power minus 2 divided by 10 power minus 2 into 3. So this 10 power minus 2, this 10 power minus 2 will be gets cancelled. 4 into 4, 16. So 16 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 3. If you cancel this, 5 3. So 5 3 15. You will be getting 1. So you will be decimal point add 1 0. So 5.33 into 10 power minus 7 Newton. Okay, so this is how we need to use the formula for loop which is placed parallel to the straight current carrying conductor. Got it? So be careful when you are using this formula. If all the sides are equal, you can go with this formula. Otherwise, you have to go with this one. You won't make any mistake. The sides are not equal. You have to go with this one. And by using left hand rule, we can easily find the direction of the force. Then you can go with the calculation. So before going to do the numerical, you can guess what options will come. Okay, so you can guess the answer by finding the direction of the resultant force. Okay, thank you students.